Welcome to Living Room Montessori. This video will show you how to use Montessori principles to set up your home to support the development of your 12 to 18-month-old. I am an AMI Primary Trained Guide with a Master's in Education and a first-time mom. This channel chronicles the journey as my son and I discover what it's like to do Montessori living and learning at home. The area for movement and activity continues to change to meet the developmental needs of your growing child. Your child is walking and climbing with newfound enthusiasm and skill. I found that I was creating more spaces in my home for my son to explore, as well as modifying furniture and its location to create a safer home. Upstairs, I removed the standing bar to create more space to expand his dressing area. I moved his wardrobe in front of the screen and added a mirror and hook to complete the area. I also added some low-hanging art around the room. We also have low shelving where various activities and toys are available for my son to use. I will be making another video that focuses on the activities available to support the development of the 12 to 18-month-old. Downstairs, we expanded the shelving in the living room. My father-in-law was able to add to what already existed to fit the corner and created more space for activities. The shelving was actually modified closer to when my son was 11 and a half months, but I decided to feature it in this video. I also added a pantry to my son's kitchen. I found a cabinet from someone's old kitchen and it turned out to be the right depth for what I needed. It was a bit shorter than what I envisioned, so my father-in-law added a base to the bottom to give it a bit more height. I added some paint and a handle and was happy how it turned out. The kitchen area is both a play and functional kitchen. My son's dishes are kept in the hutch so that he can participate in setting his table. His dishware and utensils are available to explore even when he is not eating. You may notice that your child will act out routines that you have practiced together. I loved watching my son spontaneously practice setting his table. I also added jugs in the pantry that I filled with water. My son likes to carry heavy things and his pantry was a great place to store them. As he can do more, I envisioned filling his pantry with activities like apple cutting and peanut butter spreading. But for now, the excitement of opening and closing the door and taking out heavy containers is enough. I also added a cleaning area. My son loves to join me in cleaning up after meals. I found real child-sized cleaning tools that can be adjusted to fit his height for years to come. I enhanced the storage by the front door as well. I added a place for him to take care of his nose and added more storage for his outdoor accessories. The area for physical care includes several spaces around your home. I created a dressing area in my son's room that includes furniture that's his size so he can participate in getting ready for the day. The wardrobe holds a few articles of clothing for him to choose from. I keep the rest of his clothes in the dresser. I offer only a few choices so I don't overwhelm him with too many options, and I can assure that his clothing choices are weather appropriate. I added a hook so he could have access to his jackets and hats, and I even found a mirror that looks like a full-length mirror for him, and he really enjoys looking at his outfits in the mirror. Having a low-hanging mirror is a great way to encourage independence. I might ask him to go and check if his hair needs to be brushed, inspect if his nose is clean, or check if he's satisfied how his outfit looks. Awareness of oneself is part of what is needed to be independent. Even though there is much he still needs to learn to be fully independent in dressing himself and getting ready for each day, I want to provide a space that empowers him to do what he can by himself. During these months, my son has been taking off his pants and socks by himself. Whenever it's time to undress, I make sure that my son does this part by himself. At times he struggles and might get frustrated. I first give him space to keep working through it. When needed, I offer encouragement, and if he is still too stuck and frustrated, I then assist him. I'm still helping him through the process of taking off his shirt and putting on his clothing. These prepared spaces provide a lot of language opportunities as well. We name the parts of our body while getting dressed. We talk about our facial features while looking in the mirror. We practice the names of different clothing items as he gets dressed. We talk about the weather and why he's wearing long sleeves today. The bathroom is also set up to encourage my son to participate in taking care of himself. We provide a low-hanging mirror and he has access to his hairbrush and toothbrush. I also included a step-up stool so he could participate in washing his hands. Downstairs, as I mentioned before, I have a mirror and hooks by the front door, providing the space for his jacket and shoes, and a place for him to check his nose or grab his sunglasses, communicates to him that this is his home where he has access to what he needs. With each step that my son is taking towards independence, I have to remind myself to slow down and be patient, so that he has the time and space he needs to gain the skills I am showing him. The area for eating includes a high chair at the dinner table where we share family meals. I also have a child-sized table and chairs, hutch, pantry, and cleaning station. I try to store most of what he needs to get ready for each meal at his level so he can eventually do it all himself. His dishes are in the hutch, bibs are kept in a basket at the bottom of the shelf, and the dirty bibs bin is also accessible. For me, meals include prep, eating, and the cleaning up process. Right now, I don't have my son prepping for meals besides helping me set the table. Since I want part of the mealtime experience to be cleaning up as a family, I have created a cleaning station with child-sized items that can actually clean. I made all of the cleaning supplies accessible to him so he can participate in cleaning up after meals, drying spills, or mopping. It was important for me to find a mop that had a removable mop head so it could actually be used to clean up spills, and easy to throw in the washing machine. And yes, I do a lot of laundry. Another part of building independence in children is creating a routine that is followed consistently. When you are consistent, your child can begin to anticipate what comes next and join in with confidence. We have also been continuing to work on eating with utensils and drinking from an open cup. We provide my son with utensils at every meal, and we work with him in how to use them. He isn't required to use only a fork or a spoon while eating, and if he ends up getting frustrated or just chooses not to, he can always eat with his hands. I want the learning process around eating to be a positive and exciting experience. My son has had experience drinking from a variety of cups, but we're still practicing drinking and not playing with an open cup. His kitchen is both a play and functional kitchen, so I decided to have non-breakable dishware at this time. I do plan on transitioning my son to glassware eventually, but I'm in no rush. It really is a personal choice based on each family's needs. The Montessori method offers a placemat to support your child in setting their own table. We have used construction paper cutouts and clear contact paper on the underside of our glass table to create a permanent placemat. This provides guidance for setting the table, all while making cleanup very easy. I have also used construction paper and contact paper to modify a silicone placemat for his child-sized table. Around 16 months, it became very important for my son to get in and out of his high chair on his own. Unfortunately, the 5-point harness system that came with the high chair didn't allow for the harness and the plastic front to be used separately. I was able to find a 5-point harness system that could replace the original one. With some practice, my son was able to climb up on his own and then come down safely when he was finished eating. An adult always stood next to him during this process. The Montessori method encourages the use of a floor bed where your child sleeps to promote independence and provide freedom of movement within their space. Having a bed that is always accessible to your child develops their awareness of their need to rest and builds their confidence. For our family, we try to strike a balance between the ideal we are aiming to embody and staying in tune with what works for our family in the day-to-day. We try to do this by providing a floor bed in my son's room so that he can use it whenever he feels the need to rest. He does not sleep there overnight or regularly nap on the floor bed just yet. Maybe your family is not using a floor bed. There are still ways to help your child become more aware of their need to rest. When your child is playing, you might point out when they yawn, rub their eyes, or want to be held more often. You can talk about how those things can be cues that our body needs to rest. You might also follow a nap time and bedtime routine that invites various opportunities for your child to practice taking care of themselves and learning new skills. I hope you've enjoyed this video and feel more equipped to create your own Montessori-inspired spaces within your home. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all the new videos that I post. Until next time.